everyone, hope you're all well. So in today's video I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to achieve this Valentine's Day makeup look. This is more of a soft and like flirty day look as opposed to the one I put up a few days ago, which was more of like a sexy kind of evening appropriate look. So I really hope you enjoy this video. It's super pretty for spring as well, which is just around the corner. Yay. So if you'd like to learn how to create this look, then please just keep watching. Starting on my face, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal True Match Foundation. This is in the shade W3. And for this I'm going to be using the same multitasking brush by Look Good Feel Better. And I'm just going to start buffing that into the skin. I absolutely love this foundation. It's super buildable and a good medium to full coverage foundation. So again, perfect for special occasions, but it's just a little bit more wearable for the day. It just feels a little bit lighter on the skin, but it still gives that lovely flawless finish. For concealer, I'm going to be using my Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer in the shade Fair. I'm just going to apply a small amount of that just under the eyes. And I'm going to blend that out using my Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush. Then I'm going to take the LA Girl Pro Concealer, and this is in the shade Toast, and I'm just going to do a little bit of contouring with this. So just a small amount underneath the cheekbones, a little bit around the sides of the face, and underneath the jaw. And then I'm just going to blend that out again with the same Deluxe Crease Brush. I'm then going to set all of that with this Rimmel Wake Me Up powder. This is in the shade 001 Transparent. And again, like in my previous video, I'm going to be using the Buffing Brush by Real Techniques. Moving on to brows, I'm going to be using this eyebrow pencil from Too True, and it's just in a light brown shade. I think it's meant to be for blonde hair, so it's fairly light, and I really enjoy the colour because it's fairly ashy. I don't like any products that are too warm on my brows. Next, moving on to eyes, I'm going to be using this NYC Individual Eyes palette, and this palette is in the shade 954 Midtown Mauve. The first shadow I'm going to be using is this matte white here, and I'm just going to be applying that all over the lid and up to the brow bone as well. And this is just going to be our base shadow for the rest of the eyeshadows. Then, taking a fluffy crease brush, I'm going to be moving on to this shimmering browny shade here. And I'm just going to apply that through the crease. The next shadow I'm going to be using is this light shimmery pink here, and I'm just using the base shadow brush from Real Techniques for that. I'm just going to apply this all over the eyelid. Now I still feel like that I want the lid a little bit more shimmery, so I'm going to take this pigment by Helen E, and it's a lovely little champagne-y shade, and it's in the shade 16, and this is called a Shimmer Eye Powder. Now, taking a small tapered brush, I'm just going to pick a bit of that pigment up and just apply it all over the top of where we've just put that pink eyeshadow. I will then be taking that same brown shade as before on the same tapered brush, and I'm just going to gently run this underneath the bottom lash line, just so the eye ties in a little bit more. For eyeliner, I'm going to be using this liquid eyeliner by Barry M, and I'm going to be using a small angled brush just to apply that thinly across the top lash line. And if you do struggle with liquid eyeliner, buying a brush like this, as you can see, it just goes off to the side a little bit more. It really helps place the brush onto the eye, so you're not kind of like this. You can rest your hand to the side. I'm next going to add some mascara, so I'm first going to curl my lashes, just to add a little bit more lift. And I will be using the Telescopic Extra Black Mascara. I've really been enjoying this recently, though I do find it does add quite a lot of product to the lashes, and I tend to spread it out over the two because it's too much for one eye, distributed onto the one. So if you wonder why I'm doing two eyes at once, that is why. I'm next going to add some lashes, and the lashes I'm using are these ones by Sleek Makeup, and they're actually individual lashes. You get 4 for each eye, and they're like clusters, and they are different lengths, so it looks like you've got some long ones and then some shorter ones on top. So they are layered lashes, I think that's what they're called. And these are called, have these got a name? Oh, they're called Sphinx. Sphinx 231. And I'm not going to add all 4 of the clusters, I'm just going to add 2 in either outer corner of the eye. Moving back onto the face, I'm going to add this bronzer from Makeup Revolution, and it's in the shade Medium Matte. And I'm just going to pop this through the hollows of my cheeks just to add a little bit of definition and contouring. And for this I'm going to be using the Real Techniques contour brush. For blush, I'm going to be using the Makeup Revolution Ultra Blush Palette in Sugar and Spice. And I'm going to be taking this dusky pink shade here and just applying that to my cheeks. For highlight, I will be using my MAC Iridescent powder in Silver Dusk. This is just a beautiful champagne highlight, and it's really finely milled, so it just looks flawless on the skin. I am going to go to town with this a little bit, just because I want this look to be really glowy and fresh looking. And then just applying it to all my high points of my face. And you can see how pretty that highlight is. Just picks up in the light, but doesn't look too dramatic when you're not in the light. And then last but not least, for lips, I'm going to be using this lipstick by Natural Collection in the shade Rose Petal. And to apply this, I'm going to be taking the Detailer brush by Real Techniques. So this is the finished makeup look. I will just do a quick close-up for you now so you can see the eyes and everything in detail. So as you can see, it's just a really glowy and fresh looking makeup. This is more of a day appropriate look. So I really hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. The button's just down there, and also don't forget to click that subscribe button down there as well, so you don't miss out on any of my other videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye! Hope you're all well. So in today's video